in this program by the host or guests do not state or reflect those of the company, its management, sponsors, or any entities they represent.
Oh, it's lit. We prime time. Subscribe, like, and share. Give us your feedback. Yo, I'm Manny at the plate and Kobe off a steal. Gretzky for the goal and Brady at the wheel. I'm a game changer, the Osaka of the tennis, and breaking scoreboards. Simone of the Olympics, defense and big business. The Mayweather who way better. From the greatness of Jim Brown, I've been down. Talking sports before I was off the porch. Screaming Bo knows while Jordan was playing horse. Late 80s getting torched by the drive and the shot. 2016 got a ring off the 3 in the block. They eased to forgot the cardiac kids. Price and Doherty, Bell in the Indian years. This who it is. Your host DeeTrynt, yo, that's a name banger. Come in the streets and talk sports with the game changer. Yo, your host DeeTrynt, that's a name banger. Come in the streets and talk sports with the game changer.
Yo, what's really good? It is a nice day outside. Cleveland look beautiful, okay? It's been threatening like it's gonna rain all day, okay? It's like been like a little gloomy look, you know what I'm saying? But it's been nice breeze though, a little muggy, but nice trip to the lake. It's Sunday, probably went to church, you know what I'm saying? I hope everything went good for you. I hope your upcoming week is a lot better than your previous week, even if your previous week was absolutely fantastic. All right. DeeTrynt, Game Changer Sports Talk, InDaStreetzSportz, streaming on multiple media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Follow us on IG at InDaStreetzSportz or at DeeTrynt. If you missed a live recordings, you can always catch them on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, and various other streaming platforms. Just look for the InDaStreetzSportz channel. Once you get in there, find Game Changer Sports Talk with DeeTrynt. All right? It's always a pleasure to vibe with y'all, and y'all probably see me more often during the football season because football is like my number one love. Wait, hold on. Yo. So, I had to take that call, my bad. My brother coming in, he gonna probably jump in and out of the discussion a little bit. I don't know if he gonna get on camera because he really just, but we talking Browns, right? But you always see me around this time of the year because football is my number one love, right? Basketball is my number two. Baseball and the Olympics will probably go a little hand in hand. I would say I'm a more fan of baseball than I am per se of the Olympics. If we just talking like sports hierarchy. And then it's the Olympics, and then after the Olympics is everything else. Well, no, boxing is in there too. It's just that, boxing would probably go hand in hand with Olympics, right? Because I am a fan of boxing, but I have an issue with the way the game has been taught over the last couple decades. We gotta have our own podcast of that because Hooli like a boxing guru. So we do that. We make sure we get him on here talking his 1-2. You know what I'm saying? Get some good insight, some real knowledge. But I could talk pigskin all day. Football season is right around the corner. Dog Pound Nation is back in full effect. Okay? They don't like us. They hate us. They despise us. They don't like the fact that we ain't bottom feeders no more. They don't like the fact that we actually got some type of organizational structure. That we actually play with some integrity. That the city and the team that these players live in, play for, and represent actually means something to them personally. Oh, it is a great time to be a Cleveland Browns fan. Oh, the national media don't like the fact that we got a chance to become something. Ah, Lord forbid the Browns win a Super Bowl, even though us diehard fans know the Browns about to get ready and win a Super Bowl. It is about to go so bananas. Okay. Um, where do I begin? Right. Oh, I'm looking for something. All right. So, like, where do I begin with? You know what? Let's talk about the elephant in the room. All right. Amari Cooper is not signed yet, as far as I know. As far as I knew up to at least 2 hours ago, Amari Cooper has not signed a contract. Uh, he is still on the hook for this year. I'm not sure how the restructure worked last year. I'm not sure if this salary is guaranteed. This year's salary is halfway guaranteed, partially guaranteed, 3/4 guaranteed. I would assume half. So he would definitely get 10 million off top, but the other 10 he got to get in incentives. And I believe he's looking for a chance to. Okay, here I come. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Yo! So, again, great time to be a Cleveland fan. You know, who was that? Was that T Grizzly? These will be praying on my downfall. These will be praying for my downfall. But the Browns look really good. Last year there was no. Oh no, we was talking about Amari Cooper. That's what we was talking about, right? So like I say, I think it's half and half. But the question, the big question is, should he get extended? Should Amari Cooper be extended and pay like a number one receiver? My impulse answer, without even thinking, is yes. Okay, you pay a player what he is worth to your team. For a Browns team who has a quarterback coming off of injury, a starting running back coming off of injury, who are both top 5 players in their respective positions. Having that number one receiver there is a huge thing. If the goal is to turn a bottom feeding culture back into a glorified championship culture, there's no way you let Amari walk. There's no way. No way. You sign Amari to a 3-year deal, and you have to give him like $70 million. And I'm all for. Listen, you can give him $70 million, right? He can get $40 million up front. He can get 10 for next year, and he can earn the rest in incentives. Going on with the bonus, yeah. Jimmy don't mind paying that money. So I don't see the problem. Now, and wherever you viewing from, because I've been, lightweight trying to get my share on. So wherever you viewing from, definitely, link in the chat, put your comments in the chat. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about it, get it popping. You know what it is. It's Brown season, right? It's what we do. So yeah, I feel like you have to keep him on. You got Elijah Moore. You just brought in Jerry Jeudy. You know, you still have David Bell. So, question. Bruh say, why pay Jack Conklin, and he stays injured? Okay. You could never, in the NFL, in any given season, have enough quality offensive line.
Quality, when you say quality,
Quality.
say at least consistent throughout the season. I give him 3-4 games like the season, but he rarely finishes.
So you know what he sounds like? What does he sound like? Go ahead, don't say it. It's something to your son, don't say it. What does he sound like? He's good sparingly for a few games sometimes. He sounds like a backup. But he is a Pro Bowl. And, you know, depending on how I shape out the next few years, you know, he could have a honorable mention for Hall of Fame credentials.
It's something that you're trying to soften the way up to you saying that he got to prove himself.
No. What I'm saying is you have Jed Wills and DeJuan Jones starting. To have a Pro Bowl backup that could play swing tackle is priceless. That's worth $20 million.
Right. I know that.
Because you don't have to start. You can just help keep my starters good. And when I do have to put you in, I got a Pro Bowler I can put in.
Plus, you'll be one of my better. All right, man. All right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You feel me? I lost Callahan. Callahan gone. So I need my veteran guys who was getting that tutelage to stay. We ain't everybody else. We did Brown. So, you know, we gotta catch our cut. We get that bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? So as far as I'm concerned, like, hey, no, Jack Conklin can stay. I have no issues with Conklin at all as a backup. I have to stress as a backup. All right. Because of his knowledge and because if you play, I'll take the time. Yeah. So you know, if you like I said, you got two young guys down there, you got Conklin down there. You still got if I am mistaken, Hudson's still with us, right? So you still got Hudson, you know, and he's going into year 4 or year 3 or 4. So you try to figure out, hey, is he gonna pan? Now he's starting to pan. I like Hudson's potential upside, right? Mm-hmm. You know, certain guys may not become a great player till like they 6th or 7th year in the league. You know, they come in the league at like 20, 22. You know, they get like, you know, get to that grown man strength, and it makes sense.
Yeah, they're trying to figure it out.
Yeah. So when you got somebody who been in your system for a while, when you got somebody who been in your system for a while, it's a lot easier to grow them. You know what I'm saying? And having that person there is like having a Bart Scott, right? Okay. Bart Scott was a backup for a while. You know what I'm saying? Allowed, you know, Suggs to do his thing and Brady to do his thing. And then when it was time for him to take over, you know, yeah, he was in his, 28, 29, but he was fired. You know what I'm saying? He was fired. And not only was he fired for the years that he started for the team that helped build him up, but he went on to other teams and was still getting better and was good. Everybody learning curve. You know what I'm saying? So because this player is not what you expect him to be in year 2 or year 3, don't mean by the middle of year 4, you know, beginning of year 5 or the end of year 5, you know, maybe year 7. It depends on where you at, though, right? You know, for Hudson, though, what do we have to lose by letting him mature in the system? You got Jones, you got Wills, you got Conklin. Unless you find something that's going to prove to be better than him, why not let him grow in the system?
And we have for how long now?
I think he's going into year 4. I think he's been here 3 seasons. So he's either, you know what, man? I should be checking that out.
Now he got to step it up.
You say now he got to step it up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean, he doesn't have to be a starter, though. Like, he's for a backup.
Yeah.
Jones, nobody started over Thanos, bro. Nobody started over Thanos. Like, Thanos that earned his key. He is the right tackle, which is why it's cool. Okay, you got DeJuan Jones and Conklin over there. So you're like, okay, my right side kind of sweet because I got Wyatt Teller over there, too. Now, what you're trying to find is who the backup, who going to replace Teller. Because Teller ain't the nigga you going to keep paying. Teller next contract, he's not getting $100 million from us. And that's what he going to be looking to get paid.
Somebody was saying that Cooper should be around 50 to 55 for 2 years. You said 70. I can go to 70.
I said, but guaranteeing the 40.
That would make him, you know what I'm saying, like, okay, well, these niggas, you know what I'm saying, to keep me. That might make him want to stay after the 2 more years is up. If I'm getting 70, you know,
we don't need him for that.
Well, what about 35 up front instead of 40?
Well, how many? My thing is how many seasons, right?
He's our only Browns, you know what I'm saying, wide receiver with back-to-back, you know what I'm saying, 1,000 yards.
That's
the
a
only
fact.
one right now.
That's a fact.
With that being said, our competition has beefed up in Baltimore and Pittsburgh. I hate to bring them up, but they have.
You say okay.
They have beefed up, and they keep looking at us as the Brownies. God damn it, no. We ain't gonna speak on Watson, but at the end of the day, we have good wide receivers just as Baltimore and Pittsburgh, and I stand on that.
Pittsburgh got good receivers.
Good. They're gonna always try to come out to a damn win. So at the end of the damn day, them Baltimore and Cincinnati, man, we got it covered. We definitely got it covered. We just got to pay Cooper, and we'll be fine. Watson could walk out the damn locker room into the tunnel, into the field, his heel head high, and say, nigga, I got it. Real talk, man.
So that's what I'm on. That's why I say, like, they got to pay Cooper, because if I'm Watson and I'm saying my number 1 running back is Chubb, my number 1 receiver is Amari Cooper, bruh, my number 1 tight end. My number 1 tight end is David Njoku. Bruh, like,
I paid him.
What? Come on, bruh. That's fire.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. We can do this.
And then I know for a fact we can get a maybe. I know we can get a first one on Pittsburgh, but if they keep Russell Wilson as the starter, I'm not sleeping on him, but we know how he works. So, bam, we got that covered. It's just, do we let the coach call the damn plays, or is it back to the damn back and forth bullshit argument that we're going to have?
Hey, hold on. First off, Ken Dorsey can't call no motherfucking plays on my team. No disrespect to you, Ken Dorsey. Hell yeah, it's the coach.
Okay. But you know he had to go through all that shit last year about why he didn't call the play.
Yeah, but so okay, right? When you're building a team, right, it takes a minute, okay? The Browns just got out of the phase where they got rid of all their bad contracts, and now they're signing good contracts for players to keep long term. They're just now getting to the point where they're solidifying all of their core. The only people who ain't locked up right now is Cooper, Newsom, and Chubb.
Wait a minute, I thought Chubb was paid.
Chubb on last year his deal, bro. Like Cooper is. But they ain't tripping on Chubb because Chubb, we got to see how he gonna be.
Right.
It ain't no mystery we want to keep Chubb. You know what I'm saying? But we need to see what your performance like so we can find what's a suitable number.
So what's good for us.
Right. But I don't think it's time for that yet. Like, it's not time for that discussion. The last
season to start. Or
actually
play out.
Yeah. So I can see. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? If Chubb don't play for the first, 8 games, but he come back in his last 6 games, he owed Chubb. Now you looking at it like, okay, bitch, I ain't gonna pay you top, but I'm definitely gonna.
Shit, Ace big stretch, bro. So, shit, I hope he won't miss 8 games.
I mean,
big stretch, right?
But
that's half our season, bro.
So what?
What you mean? So what? A damn playoff spot means a lot in our goddamn contract.
So okay, because the running back means a lot more in the playoffs and getting to qualify for the playoffs than they do in the beginning of the season. The first 8 games of the season, arguably the first 10 games of the season, and just because things get a little more crucial, I'll even come back and say the first 6 to 7 games of the season are a track meet.
That is really
but they're a track meet though. Everybody's trying to find their footing. Everybody's trying to find a rhythm, overcome whatever injuries or unforeseen circumstances. That's usually the first 6, 7 weeks.
like the great example of Aaron Rodgers' first game. Nobody saw that coming. Can you imagine what Vegas had went through? I mean, I'm saying pretty sure they had all the money on him, man. But damn.
So
knock on wood for nobody else get it.
No, for real. So it's like look, these Browns, they in a great position. Like I say, people we talk about, we can let Newsom walk. I don't understand, right? The whole point of building the team is to find your core players that you can keep long term so you can have the ability to rotate or sub in and sub out the role players around. Okay? Right now, on that defense, right? We just talk defense. Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, Jeremiah Wusu-Koromora, Emerson, Newsom, Tomlin. Wait, no. These are outside of Newsom. All of these players are signed for 3 or more years on their current contract. Those are core players. Those are players that 9 times out of 10, unless they just wet the bed, they're getting another extension. I can now add Grant Delpit to that.
That's what
okay, yeah. Grant Delpit, yeah, I can add him. And that's cool because that's what, 3 cornerbacks, a defensive tackle, a defensive end, right, and a safety. If you got to keep rotating the players around them, you're winning because a lot of teams don't have that.
Yeah, we have options.
And they're young, so it's kind of like hey, on offense, right? We gave them the 4 players we named, and you got I like Ford, right? People sleeping on Jerome Ford.
And bro, he had came through, what I'm saying, what he could when he had a third string also. He did what he could, and he contributed, man. And I have no problem keeping Ford. Yes, keep that man.
Yeah, Ford fire, bro. And people and I think sometimes, a lot of fans get caught up in, I expect this guy.
The Chubb moment. So of course, when you see your second and third, you're not expecting. You know what I'm saying? But he did his damn job. He did his job.
With multiple different quarterbacks, though. Right. It's not like, everybody was playing with multiple different quarterbacks. It wasn't like it was just, one person, so.
But, okay, so this, I know you on the defense thing, but just like for a hot second, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's your honest thoughts on the great Flacco? Like, there was no way in hell that we could have kept him. Was it?
No!
Wait. Like, I'm trying to throw out shit.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, was it a damn veteran thing? Was it a damn, it's the Cleveland Browns thing? Was it I don't know if I want to still keep playing football thing? I thought he was doing good. Yes, he choked in the fucking playoffs and shit. But, just to even think about it, we had him 6 games earlier. 6 games earlier. Where the fuck could we have been at? Now answer.
Okay. So last season is over, right? And Flacco did what he could for us with what he had. And I am appreciative of what Flacco did. I think he did an absolutely amazing job. We still got to the playoffs. We got to see what our passing game could look like when it's, at least operated to some level of competency, right? Mm-hmm. And on top of that, he's only added to what we were able to see when we had the shot, right? When we had the shot, I mean, before he got injured, you could see how like we could manipulate certain different parts of a defense that we couldn't before. And then you seen with Flacco, but hey, if Deshaun just let that bitch go, with the other parts that we could cut. So in that scheme of things, you saying, okay, well damn, Kevin Stefanski really not a bad play caller. You just got to find a guy that's gonna operate the system and just believe in the system. It's not that his system is complicated. It's just so quarterback friendly. It seems unreal. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, this shit. This real life. This can't be Madden, but he's making it. Because they miss plays, but you take it back to the field, and you like, damn, this guy. The quarterback like, well, damn, I see him.
You gotta make coaches like Mike Tomlin think. That's good.
Really great. You feel what I'm saying? So, I
want the Houston Watson back.
I don't want him.
I do, because you seen how he played. Look, in my opinion, he's a great quarterback for us. In my opinion, I'm gonna just say it. I feel like he's holding back. I feel like I truly feels like that when he's in the pocket or he's in the front. When he's on the field, he's trying to risk not being injured, and that's more on his mind than the actual game. That's just me. Yes, I said it, and I apologize if everybody fucking feel crazy.
Nah, man, you listen. You a fan like the rest of us.
At the end of the day, I know what this dude can do.
So
he just has to fucking go out there and throw the fuck ball like you said, nigga. Don't worry about injury, nigga. Just play. Go, do you?
I feel like when it came to Watson, so when it comes to being the old Watson thought he had to be Jesus. He thought he had to save the play and rescue the play every time. He had a lot of what Josh Allen is displaying, right? But the difference is, Deshaun lightweight didn't have shit. Like, he had something at first, and when they were supposed to build on it, they started breaking it up. So he kept excelling because they had to do more. Here, you can excel just as hard, but you don't have to play Jesus here. Right. You got pieces. You just have to be willing to give everybody the ball when it's convenient. Not when you want it to be convenient, not when you think it's going to be the best time. When that play comes up and it opens up, hit the play that's open. Don't overthink it. Just hit it.
Right.
Let your players make the play. That's what makes Kevin Stefanski's system so fire. Because when you run it, it allows every player to make plays.
Mm-hmm. And be them.
So that's why I want Deshaun to be in the O, because I want you to feel like you got to play hero. Just play distributor, bro. Be Magic Johnson. You know what I'm saying?
You can get to that mind frame.
Yeah, just be Magic Johnson.
Ooh, boy.
Listen, and we gonna put up 50 on everybody. Ain't nobody stopping us.
48 max.
Hold on, station identification. DeeTrynt, Game Changer Sports Talk, InDaStreetzSportz, streaming on multiple media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Follow us on IG at InDaStreetzSportz or at DeeTrynt. If you missed the live recordings, you can catch the replays on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, or various other streaming platforms. Just look for the InDaStreetzSportz channel. Like, subscribe, share, follow. Once you get in there, you'll find Game Changer Sports Talk with yours truly, DeeTrynt. Make sure you all do the same. Right now, we talking Browns, chopping it up with my brother, and we just, going back and forth over different topics. I feel like, he's speaking from the common fans' perspective of what's up with this, what's up with that, what's up with that. So we're just giving the feedback, and I'll be tossing in the different subjects as we going along. But we vibing. It's Sunday. You know how we do. It's Browns time. OTAs will be coming up in the next, 10 to 12 days, I believe. We're about 3 weeks away from preseason kickoff. It's a lot of new faces in the building. I don't say a lot, but quite a few.
Coaching staff-wise, too.
Coaching staff-wise, definitely a lot of new faces in the building. So, we're going to get to those specifics right now, but we're just going over some of the main guys, right? The core of the team. Certain contracts for certain guys. What is their role on the team now? I'm about to start pulling up roster information and really get into the in depths of it. When you chop it up with DeeTrynt on the sports side, right? It's about being comfortable, right? I ain't really always coming up here to try to persuade everybody to think how I think, right? Not up here to try to make you feel the way I feel or make you feel bad about the way you feel. Has nothing to do with that. We're all exchanging how we feel about the team. Now, I may not agree with it. I may not feel like it's logical, but that don't necessarily mean you're wrong because I don't feel like it's logical. Don't necessarily mean I'm wrong or right because I am being logical. But a lot of times, the conversation is not even being had. So when you come on this platform, you can have your conversation. You can speak your piece. You can express, how you feel the way you want to, and we'll figure out how to find a common ground, right? Because I just love the game. I truly just love the game. You know what I'm saying?
Competition.
Yeah.
I understand what they say in football by every inch. I mean, every yard counts. Every yard, matters. It's a game of inches, basically. It's a game of inches, and it fucking matters. It does. We have seen all kind of plays from playoffs to Super Bowls, regular season, the all great Super Bowl. End of the game when what's old boy from Tennessee, Steve McNair, rolled on the 1 yard. I mean, it looked like he was in there, but his knee was on the 1 yard line. Oh my God, man! Oh man, that was a goddamn Colin Kaepernick in the Super Bowl, and the damn lights went out, and all of a sudden the goddamn Ravens went in when the fucking San Fran was up. That was some bullshit. Yes. Oh yeah, and I'm also call out when fucking Jerome Bettis won his only fucking Super Bowl when he happened to say in the beginning of the season that I would love to have a Super Bowl in my hometown. Then they come up with fucking Detroit in the Super Bowl, and guess what? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. It's fuckery.
Say conspiracy theory.
It's fuckery in the game, goddamn it. But
so
hey, I'm a fan.
So okay, just bringing that into what would you guess they'll try to do for the Browns this year, right? what do you feel like is these possible? I don't know, man. Alternate universe scenarios. What they gonna come up with?
Just like you said, schemes. We don't want to be predictable at all. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of motherfuckers watching us on film. Believe that. It's a lot of them watching. And the main person that actually watching on film is Myles Garrett and his homeboy. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we got to keep, like our defense got to keep attacking just like how it did last season. Our defense, like really played for us last year.
No, they really did.
Tired of cats talking to like bye week time or after bye week and some shit. I don't know, man. It just seems like before bye week comes, the season is the season. Like it, goes by and takes its time. But after the fucking bye week, like the season goes by quick as hell.
Say the season go by fast.
Yeah, that's like competition here, like fuck that bye week. You know what I'm saying?
So you just said two things that I definitely want to touch. That last point you made, the latter. This is why I am a fan of, and people got on me when I said this in the Twitter Spaces a few months back, and I've said it a few times on my podcast. I think I had a whole cast about it. I want to see the league go to 20 games. I want to see the league go to 20 games and 60 player rosters. You got 20 players for offense, 20 players for defense, 20 players for special teams. You're already putting like 25 people on the practice squad.
So when you say 60-man roster, what about the cats? Does this also if you put in a 60-man roster, do you take out the 10-day contract? But cats you get bounced from here to there.
Why would you need a 10-day contract?
That's what I'm asking. So is that the
reason
you don't
need it.
So is that the reason why you want the 60 roster?
I want
to get rid of the damn 10-day contract.
I want it because if I'm going to ask you to play 60 games, I have to keep in mind that 20 games. That's a 20-game regular season. So I would have 4 bye weeks. I would have a bye week after every 5 games. And it wouldn't be a this team bye week. It would be a league bye week. This week ain't no games after 5 weeks. After this 5 weeks, ain't no games. We halfway through the season. After this 5 weeks, ain't no games. Right? That gives teams the time to recoup. You know what I'm saying? Retool, shuffle through they.
You know what I'm saying? Get back.
You feel what I'm saying? Because ideally, you want to maximize the product. Basketball is growing. Baseball is growing. They're spreading in different markets. The NFL offseason not as exciting as it used to be. It's not the same. Okay? So if you want to keep up, you got to expand the season because by the time it get hot, football over. And that's the problem. When we get to March Madness, football already been over almost 2 months.
Yeah.
That's a problem. But when we get to March Madness, football is just hitting the championship, and now a month later, we got the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Now you talk. With 60-man rosters, your contract, any contract, if you want to say, okay, a player got to play a full season is 14 games. 6, what's good?
Yes, sir.
Smile on me. What's really good, 6?
Hey, I was just about to type them in the chat like, yo, y'all niggas let me up. This nigga talking crazy.
Yeah, he's talking crazy. All right. So welcome my homie 6, man. You know, big sports fan, knowledgeable guy. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate having you back on here. It's been a while, but definitely a blessing to have you back on, bro. What's really good with you?
Oh man, first off, I appreciate the introduction. Shout out to the other homie, you know, that I was just speaking with you.
Oh yeah,
D.
bro, for sure.
Yeah, man. I appreciate y'all letting me up. Obviously, you know, when we talking about the Browns, I'm all in, but I hear you talking about 20 games, like nigga, my nigga, that's my nigga. Do you realize how vicious this sport is, nigga?
So, but that's what I'm saying. But see, bro, that's what I'm saying, right? So listen, right? When you go, it's not about the 20 games, but how you structure them. Okay? In my mind, right? You have 30 teams? 32 teams. It's 32 teams. 36 in the NBA. It's 30, so it's 30 teams, or 32 teams. All right. You're talking about expanding at least 4 more teams. This is what the NFL been talking about for at least the last 10 years. They expand 4 more teams. They're going to relocate a couple teams, and then they're going to bring in some new teams. Because, for one, as far as marketing-wise, right, and I was saying something about keeping up with the NBA and baseball. Basketball and baseball are global games. They play the same way everywhere in the world. They might go about it differently, but the fundamental structure of the game, you can only play American football in North America. So, if you want to keep up with somebody who competing on a global side, you might want to dominate a little more the area that you're dominating.
Well, let me say this. The only problem with what you're saying is like we call it. Yeah, I don't know. I could hear myself. I don't know what was going on. We call it football, so that's the first mistake. Outside of, you know, you got to refer to it as American football, you know, to differentiate so people won't even get it mixed up globally. So that's the first thing that's wrong with the sport. Secondly, it's not able to compete with football, which is the most popular sport in the world, whether we want to admit that or not. Basketball is slowly rising, you know, but like we can't compete with soccer. Like they can't compete with soccer.
That's a fact. That is a fact. I am backing that statement just for.
Yeah.
I understand. I agree.
So like that's the only problem why it's not global, because it shares a name with another sport that's larger. And over here in America, we have to change the name just so we can differentiate the two and just so we'll know the difference. And then so once you go global, like it doesn't have the strength and the power and the watch it and the viewing power because strictly off that, just strictly off the names. And then like, they're not really as let me be careful how I phrase this. They're not very accepting of football also because they're used to sports that they could just play without equipment. So that's another thing. You gotta have equipment damn near to play football the right way. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta have fucking 22 people if you want to play football. Like every other sport, there's a different iteration of it where the game is played the same. Baseball, we play any bounce, right? We play any bounce. And it's still played the same as baseball. It's still played the same way where a pitcher throws the ball and you hit and then people field it. You know what I'm saying? It's still played the same way. You can still have less players. Basketball, you can play one-on-one, but the game is still played the same way. You can't play football the same way with just 3 people. You just playing catch. You know what I'm saying? You can play down the man, but down the man is a completely different game than actual football. You could play soccer with 3 people where you got a goalie and 2 motherfuckers trying to keep each other from scoring, and it's still played the same way. So I think that's why it doesn't have the same viewership, and I'm kind of like steering the conversation away from what you said, and that's I apologize for that, but I was just trying to put context.
No, that's cool. So
I was just trying to put context with what I was thinking. Go ahead, bro. My bad.
No, Six, you good because that's good context, right? To what you were saying. Let me ask you though, right? Because it sounds like from the perspective you're speaking of, making American football a global game.
Yes.
Right? So I'm on the opposite end. It don't need to go global. You know why?
Okay.
You know why? Okay. Because unlike every other sport, we control the viewership on our sport. If you want to watch that bitch, excuse my French, but if you want to watch it in Australia, guess where you got to get your streaming network from? America. So we got to get paid.
And think about that, you know what I'm
saying? That's valid.
Okay, wait until the Super Bowl starts. So that's global right there by itself.
So business-wise, you to monopolize without illegally monopolizing, right? You can only get this here. Because we play it a certain way, it's not that we're not willing to teach it to y'all. Y'all reject it. There's nothing we can do about that. We're not going to change to appeal to y'all because we're making money. Off 32 franchises, we make damn near as much as a lot of y'all make in one region of multiple sports. You know, so you say like this, right? Like so Japan got way more, and China got way more, Asia got way more population than us, right? But they got basketball, they got baseball, they got all those, and none of those as a collective bring in as much money as the NFL in one season.
That's a fact.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's a lot of markets like that. So for the NFL, you don't gotta go global. But you can take over North America. That's what I'm saying. You can put a couple franchises in Mexico. You can put a couple franchises in Canada. You can put a couple more franchises around the USA to hit markets that ain't really getting hit.
No, the only thing with that is, it's not the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So like they market it as one product. And it's not going, like, you got the Canadian Football League. They have no affiliation with the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I get what you're saying. And yeah, it'll never be marketed globally. It can't. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it can't compete. But I also get what you're saying. They've monopolized it to a certain degree, whereas you can only get this with us, with the NFL. But the problem with that is, like, it's going to be people that argue, just like it's people that argue they don't do it so much with the NBA, but it's going to be people that argue, hey, you aren't giving us the best players because you got these dudes up here in Canada, and it's history behind that because Warren Moon was in the CFL, Doug Flutie, they were in the CFL, and they still went to the NFL, and they were legendary players in the NFL as well. So it's an argument that could be made that you're not always giving us the best product when it comes to football, because there's so much politics in football, and it's more politics in football than there is in any other sport. Probably compromised due to the fact that money. Dallas is America's football team. They've been shitty for fucking 30 years. But yet they have the most viewership. They have the most viewership nationally.
So, wait. Because you have, in a very excellent way, articulated to a point where I thought you was about to say something you didn't say. So let me add what I thought you was gonna say.
Oh, go ahead.
The reason it's a money issue is because they're trying to dictate who can make the money.
Exactly.
So, exactly. And all they got to do, so in one word, it's a discrimination issue. Okay? All they got to do is just play fair with us. If you just open the market up for more black owners and more black ownership groups, you would not have this issue.
Never gonna happen.
I'm not gonna say never. I am not gonna say never. You know why?
Hey, listen, bro, it ain't the NBA.
You know, listen. You know why I'm not gonna say never? Because of 3 letters. NIL. What the NIL did, I don't know if you've seen when I did this episode, but you know, and I've said it in a few episodes. The NIL just enabled every major sport to get players that not only want to play, but who actually can play. You're totally eliminating, I'm going to the league to support my family. Because all you have to do is go to a D1 college.
I agree with you there.
And that means you have to excel better at your academics. So now you're making smarter players, more responsible players, more disciplined players. And now the players who are in college and just trying to make it from the slums, they can still become millionaires while getting a degree. So they don't have a need to go to the league. They can start their businesses before they even get out of school. And you know, some of those degrees, they're still going to be in there way past the 4 years that they're initially, you know, credited for being eligible for everything for.
Oh, that's if those players do the work. That's a big if. And I'm not trying to be pessimistic, but that's a big if. That's if all the players are thinking the same way and all the players are thinking about their future beyond football. That's the only way that could be. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I get you.
We hoping that that's what they do. It's all hope. You know, like with the NIL shit, like it's still gonna be players. It's still gonna be players that their aim is to get to the NFL and get the bag. It ain't gonna just be like, yeah, well, I could get a bag here in the NIL, so I'm gonna be loyal to this school. It's not gonna necessarily go down like that for every player, but I agree. The majority will probably follow along. I still don't think that's going to make way for a black NFL owner. I just don't. The NFL is different from the NBA, and they've pretty much, and even the NBA, it's some falsehoods about ownership there. The only one that has been a legitimate owner is Jeffrey Jordan. You know, like, that's the only
one.
They
treat him.
Yeah, and it took him forever to really be seen as a real owner, and he's damn near somebody who they wanted to be the logo of the sport. So, like, I don't, at this point, we should be more focused on being Ice Cube than being an owner in these sports. Like, be the owner of the league, own the league, and then dictate who else can be owners in your league.
Okay.
You know, like, I think they need that.
So Station identification. DeeTrynt, Game Changer Sports Talk, Industry Sports, streaming on multiple media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Follow us on IG at Industry Sports or at DeeTrynt. If you missed the live streams, you can catch the replays on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, and various other streaming platforms. Just look for Industry Sports channel, like, subscribe, share, follow. Once you get in there, you will find Game Changer Sports Talk with yours truly, DeeTrynt. Y'all can email us at InDaStreetzSportz@gmail.com or DeeTrynt@gmail.com. Also, the website, InDaStreetzSportz.com, where you can catch the latest articles, feedback, videos, and other likes of the stuff. So I'm sitting up here with my brother and my other brother, Six. My brother, Chuck, my other brother, Six. I don't want to do it like that, but, we up here talking. We talking Browns, right? Sixty came in. We kind of catching up. You know what I'm saying?
Bad. Yeah, that's my bad.
You know what I'm saying? So, but we talking Browns. It's off season. We getting ready for the season. We identifying different parts of the team and things like that. Just giving our feedback on it. Whenever you came in recently, we was just talking about a topic that I hit of, the game going, the NFL going to a 20-game season. For bye weeks, and just my overall thinking is, football ends too quickly.
Wait, did you say 4 bye weeks?
I did.
I never heard that.
So I said 20-game season, 4 bye weeks, and they're league-wide bye weeks. It's not this team off, this team off. After 5 games, everybody's off for a week. We go to the next 5 games. Everybody's off for a week. We go to the next 5 games. Everybody's off for a week. Then we get to the last 5 games, and then everybody's off for a week before the playoffs start.
No, see, the only thing the thing about the NFL, they like to this is their problem. They like to capitalize on winning every week for the ratings. They like to capitalize on that shit. They like to capitalize on winning for the ratings every week that they have a season. This is their problem. So it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to imagine them doing 5 games.
A whole week off. Even if they don't do a whole week off. Even if they don't do a whole week off. Still 4 bye weeks still.
Yeah, they would no. They would flip that some kind of way. Where that it would still be teams playing. But 4 bye weeks, now hearing that, it would make more sense because it's only 3 more games than what they playing now. But you're gonna have 2 more bye weeks. So now what you saying that kind of changed things.
Now, and I'm saying because at some point you're gonna be at 34, 36 teams, you might as well just go to a 16-team format. 8 from the East. I mean 8 from the AFC, 8 from the NFC.
You know that ain't doing that.
2 teams from every division. No, you don't. It's only 4 teams to a division. So by the time you get to add 1 team to every division, you have 40 teams. And that's still even. That's 5 teams a division.
That's if they do that all at the same time. Though.
It's not going to be at the same time.
Yeah,
by the time they get to 40 teams, I say sooner than later, and I say in the next 15 years.
I don't think they're gonna have 40 teams, and
because I feel like say that
because of the split viewership. They got to split the viewership too many ways. It's too many. It's not enough networks that show football.
That is a lie. No, okay, wait.
No,
you're right. No, you're right.
No. 40
that
teams.
Caveat. Wait. That last bit for football.
Yeah.
That was the caveat. Right
Everybody
there.
don't show football,
but they can though. So okay, we gotta save this topic for its own segment. All right.
Yeah, because I'm staring this shit. My fault, bro. Because I know you try to stay on topic.
Yeah, we gotta come back to the game.
This shit getting serious. Hey, you gotta be thinking though, like, damn, they could work some shit out, but they gonna have to work some shit out with the NBA and baseball because they're gonna have to pay some extra money out to get them to back down.
No, they don't. He still got me segueing. No, they don't because there are too many streaming platforms. You just gotta open up your mind. You gotta open up your mind. The first This gotta have its own
No.
segment.
Yeah.
This
Because
gotta have its
I
own
ain't
segment.
saying nothing else.
We got it. Okay.
I ain't saying
So,
nothing else.
all right. Let's talk about the actual personnel on the team on the current 24-25 Cleveland Browns. The Browns come off 11-5, 11-6 season when you add the playoffs. They go out miserably, getting whooped by Houston in the last playoff game. They didn't end the season with their number one quarterback or their number one running back. Both went down early in the season. Wasn't different when they really counted. They brought in Joe Flacco. He virtually helped save the season from a quarterback perspective. We seen the defense flourish. We seen what our team could play like up under a competent coaching staff at every level. So
with the off the couch quarterback.
With the off the couch quarterback. So we talked a little bit about contract situations. Should the Browns re-sign Amari? What they should re-sign him for? What is the role of Jack Conklin? Why is he still on the team? And we even talked a little bit about Chubb and Jerome Ford, and and then we would just mostly just talk about contracts and a little bit about Deshaun, right? But looking at player evaluation, right? Let's start at what's probably the heart of the team right now, right? And that is the defensive line. So looking at what they're bringing into camp, OTA starting in about 2 weeks. You got the star, Myles Garrett, reigning defensive player of the year. You have a Sam Kamara. This is defensive end. Sam Kamara, Isaiah McGuire, Obi Double-O, Zadarius Smith, Isaiah Thomas, Alex Wright. Defensive tackles, you have Juwan Briggs, Mike Hall Jr., Shelby Harris, Maurice Hurst, Siaki Ika, Quentin Jefferson, Dalvin Thomason, Chris Williams. So that's about what? 6,
About
15. 10, 16.
16,
yeah.
okay.
No. 15. Yeah, 15. Specific.
Okay.
Yeah, 15. So we know out of this group, right? Miles is here for sure with a guaranteed spot. Zadarius has a guaranteed spot. Dalvin Thomason has a guaranteed spot. Shelby Harris has a guaranteed spot. That's your starting 4. So they drafted Mike Hall Jr. from Ohio State. They brought back Maurice Hurst, who really shined for us in this last year, in his debut season. Even though he got hurt towards the end and didn't get to finish with us, he really showed some promise. Siaki Ika is the big boy they drafted last year, hoping that he could be the run stopper. Quentin Jefferson is the young project guy that came from, I think, Indianapolis. He's hurt a little bit, former second-round pick, but he might be able to resurge his career over here. Juwan Briggs and Chris Williams, I am not familiar with.
Yeah, me either. I don't know who they are, bro. I don't know most of those other names.
We can pull up some. So hearing those names though, like how y'all feel about it? Like what y'all think?
I'm gonna be honest. Just
go
ahead, bro. My fault. Go ahead.
Yeah, just period though. Like right, last year this front seven did the thing. You know what I'm saying? Miles was impactful. Zadarius was a great compliment. We went through Olivier Vernon, and that was, Then we had Jadeveon Clowney, and that was, So yeah, now we got Zadarius, and him and Zadarius seem to want to complement each other. Not just they do it, like they want to do. We added Dalvin Tomlinson, a dependable defensive tackle. And that helped change complexion. Shelby Harris, an older player, I think like 37. So, Double-O is an end. He got a spot though. I should have said, of course we know Double-O has a spot, but he an end, right? He's not gonna start. he's definitely a rotational piece. You know what I'm saying? Now, ideally, I would think, by the end of his contract, he has elevated his game enough to where he can take Darius Smith's place.
My only
You see what I'm
problem,
saying?
my only problem with our defensive line is like, I'm gonna be honest. If nobody's making a big play, those solid plays don't always take place. So, for instance, if it's not like 4-yard loss, big sack, that play that you need on 4th and 1, it's not always there from the defensive line. It's not always there.
I agree. No,
You know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying? And I think because everything is so heavily based on Miles and Zadarius, like when these niggas get double teamed, it seems as if nobody else is those. It doesn't seem like a well-oiled machine when they get double teamed.
Well,
Even when it comes to the linebackers.
so I would say though they're incomplete, right? I mean, we know for a fact 5 of these guys got a guaranteed spot, right?
Yeah.
So the other 9 are fighting for how many spots, right?
Right.
I would assume these other 9 guys are fighting for at least 5 spots, right? And looking at this, Mike Hall Jr. is a guy they drafted. Siaki Ika is a guy they drafted. Maurice Hurst is a guy they brought back and re-signed. Isaiah Thomas and Alex Wright are guys they drafted.
Now look at this. Out of those guys that you named, how many of those dudes do you think are going to be able to come in and fill that void that we are just discussing, that we agree on 4th and 1? Now, I ain't going to even go to 4th down. On 3rd and long, can keep it to 3rd and long or make it 3rd and longer.
Okay. We talking
if
from a defensive.
If Zadarius and Miles Garrett are double teamed, which of those guys can make that play?
So we talking from a defensive tackle position specifically, because that's what it sounds like you're more hitting towards, or just on the defense. Period.
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care.
So in my mind, on a starting 4, they're missing the long-term starter next to Thomas, right? Which would ideally be a big body. You know what I'm saying? Like a 6'6", 6'5" type of big body type of dude gonna take up space. So out of the guys on this list, Mike Hall Jr., Siaki Ika, and Quentin Jefferson, I know off top have those builds.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think Mike Hall, that's the real big dude.
Yeah, from Ohio State.
Yeah.
Right.
Ain't he from Glenville?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
I remember hearing about him.
So they just drafted Mike Hall. They drafted Siaki. I would assume that those 2 have the longest rope, right? Siaki less than Mike because Siaki has been in the system for a year already, so he should. Okay, I'm a definitely hit him. So let me finish my thought because I was about to say like 3 things at one time. So, I would say Mike Hall definitely got the longest rope of them all, and Quentin Jefferson is the veteran young guy of the sort who could come in and fit the role. So I'm assuming those 3 are competing for that spot. I assume Maurice Hurst and Double O and Alex Wright have legitimate backup roles, at least, unless they play worse than they played last year. If all those guys play better than last year, those 3 guys, I believe, have a guaranteed backup role. So now we talking 7 players. That's got them.
That's backup.
That's got Gary got 4 starters. We talking Miles, Zadarius, Tomlinson, Harris, and Double O, right? Then we saying Alex Wright and Maurice Hurst has played well enough to earn legitimate backup roles. Like they're the top backups. All right. So now you at 7. So if you're saying you're gonna keep 10 defensive line, so you're saying Isaiah Thomas, Mike Hall, Siaki Ika.
No, that ain't gonna happen.
No. I'm saying I'm identifying who's fighting for the last 3 spots.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So if we got those 7, if we're saying those 7 are locked in, unless they do something drastic, those 7 are locked in.
You think they're gonna? You think they're gonna have 10 defensive, 10 defensive linemen?
So I
on
think
a 50-man roster.
So I think it's possible.
Ooh, that's a lot.
We
only got 40 more players to deal with.
We'll get to why I think we gotta go through the process though. We gonna get there in a second though, right? So like I say, if we saying no 7 locked in, now we're saying Sam Kamara, Isaiah McGuire, Isaiah Thomas, Juwan Briggs, Mike Hall, Siaki Ika, Quentin Jefferson, and Chris Williams are all fighting for the last 3 spots.
That's a handful of guys.
All right, because it's only 3 preseason games. So I can bet down to $1 Miles, Zadarius, Shelby, Dalvin, and possibly Double O for at least 1, if not 2 games, are not playing in the preseason. They're not playing. And if they do play, they're really coming out like for a couple series to stretch their legs. 1 good series, it's over with.
It's 2 preseason games, right?
3.
3? They playing in the 3rd one.
See what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so,
but they're not playing in the first 2. And
they only
playing 2 series tops. My fault.
Go ahead. Finish that thought.
No. That's all I was saying. They only playing 2 series tops. Like they only playing 2 series tops. Like,
so with that being said,
I really suggest them play none. But that's just.
But no. I don't agree with play none because you have to stretch your game legs. I don't want you first time feeling your game legs when it counts. I need you to see what your game legs feel like before we get there because we get a whole week off before the first game.
Nah, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. When it was what it used to be 14 game season, like when I first started watching football,
right?
I would agree with you. It's 3 more games now. Fuck that. I don't give a fuck how much you play during the start of the season. I'm gonna be honest. See, the problem with sports now is we too much worried about the numbers and less worried about how you actually impact the game. Like, I want these niggas to get sacks. I want these niggas to get their numbers. Don't get me wrong. But I would prefer you to play the whole motherfucking season in the playoffs. And see, I'm gonna use a perfect example in a different sport. And this dude, he aims for the MVP every motherfucking year, play all through the regular season, go extra hard, and he's never available for all the playoffs. I don't want any of the Browns players to be like Joel Embiid. I don't like that shit, bro. Like, I want all our players to be healthy as possible for the whole season. If that means you don't play in the fucking preseason, or if we limiting your play early on in the season and letting you get your legs, like build your legs up through the length of the season, I'm good with that. Now, everybody don't want to look at things that way because, everybody's used to players playing full seasons. And I'm not, football is not like basketball. You know what I'm saying? This isn't like me saying, what they call that shit? Load management. This isn't necessarily load management because football, motherfuckers get hurt off the simple shit and they're done. You know what I'm saying? And it's over. You know what I'm saying? So in football, you really gotta be careful at how much you play your players. You have to. Like a nigga might get a sack and they out for 2 plays. You know what I'm saying? Like just to rest, just to catch their breath.
So wait,
It
okay, wait. So I wanna make sure that the point that you're, you know, elaborating on is being caught correct.
mm,
You're in favor of, not if you're in favor of starters not playing in the preseason at all and just starting in the regular season.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I
You want that repetition though.
as much as it sounds like what you think it sounds like, I actually agree with you.
Mm,
My thing is though, you increase risk of injury.
you do. I know what you're saying because you're never going
Hold
full
on.
going, you don't go full going practice anymore.
Right. Hold on. Go ahead, bruh. What you about to say?
I understand the you risk injury, but does it even necessarily count if it's a pregame or a regular game? I mean, just like you said, Brian, off the smallest bullshit, it it could be like a tweak in a muscle or a ligament or those goddamn special injury names and shit. You know what I'm saying? I understand what you're saying, man, but shit happens. So
Yeah.
I believe they should get their feet just a tad bit wet in the preseason. I don't think that they should start the preseason, but at least dibble dab,
Nah.
and then that's it. But I don't
No,
believe that
yeah.
they should not stay out the whole time in the preseason.
If you
Starters
got
too. That's just my
yeah,
belief.
yeah, and then
I can roll with that too. I can roll with
see, and
that.
that's because I don't. My whole thing is I want to do what's best for the longevity of the product, right?
Yeah.
The players are the product. So in my mind, if I'm selling shirts, right? When I put my shirts up, ain't the bitch pristine? Even if I gotta put the plastic on them and put them on a display, they pristine though. So when you come get it, you know you getting a fresh one. Why wouldn't I treat my players like that? Why wouldn't I have a health regimen that's already dictated? This is how you do. However it lines up for your body, because everything, but this is how we do. So we keep you in shape throughout the whole year, and we ain't got to do all. You know what I'm saying? We all make enough money for this to happen, right? Why are you playing on turf? There's no need for turf. You can grow natural grass in the dome. This is 2024. Stop playing with me.
That's a fact.
So, so once you alleviate, I feel like once you do those type of small things, now it's a little better. And then, like I was saying about the NIL, you get more players who playing for the love of the game. 9 times out of 10, those players come with a high IQ because most players who love the game love to be a student. So it's a process. The phrase I was thinking about when you were saying what you were saying earlier that I couldn't get in was, we all remember the Titans. You know what Denzel say? It's like Novocaine. Give it time, it always works. And that's how I think about the NIL process. No, in the first 5 years. But by the time we get to, like our grandkids is in high school,
That type of age, I can see it coming.
Yeah, we never live long enough. We never live long enough to see change.
we only do what we put in the universe that we do. Because whoever lived before us, that was their path. We dictate our own paths now.
Yeah,
So
but we don't
whatever
we don't get to see it. We never get to see it play out.
But I think this is a different era for us. So okay. I definitely wanted to hit more things on the Browns. We're definitely gonna come back. I ain't did the Browns in a minute. But I definitely want to touch base on them because there's gonna be a lot more streaming going on, a lot more consistent. 6, you got more time, bro. I'm talking about firing up deeper than bars. That's the music podcast where we talk about all things music and things outside of music. That's why it's deeper than bars. So it
Okay.
can be community related, big events that's to happen, things that might impact, the community and shit like that. And that's the black community, hip hop community as a whole. So it could be arranged from any topic, anything. But I want to fire that up.
Hey, so I got a question for you. Who won? Lux or Nitty?
We got to talk about that on Deeper Than Bars because this game changes
Oh.
here. So.
Oh, okay. You said, I thought you was about to segue into that segment.
No,
Okay.
we about to end this stream. I'm about to do the layout. We about to end this stream, do the thanks and all that. You feel me? And then we about to scoot over to the other one. Now, what's gonna happen is I'm about to put you in the inbox.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Me,
Send me
you,
the
and the
inbox so I
engineer.
can.
With me, you, and the engineer, so you can come up and you gonna co-host with me on the Deeper Than Bars.
Okay,
And then
bet.
you can, and it's just like this. It's on every platform. It's a page for everything. YouTube page, Twitch is all that for it. Spotify page is all that for it. So
Oh,
you can
bet.
share it as well. People can come up and join in the topics. It's open. It's just like this. It's open.
Oh, that's a bet.
Yeah.
That's
So
a bet.
engineer, shout out to. Hey man, listen. I want to take the time before I end this to give a shout out to the man behind the scenes, man. This man is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like the work he do to keep this shit up, you know what I'm saying? Even through the inconsistent periods is amazing. The way it's been able to grow and expand, even without the total force that it needs, I just want to salute my nigga, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like Holy be doing this motherfucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Game Changer Sports Talk, Industry Sports, DeeTrynt, streaming on multiple media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Follow us on IG at Industry Sports or at DeeTrynt. If you missed the live streamings, you can catch the replays on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, and various other streaming platforms. Just look for the Industry Sports channel, subscribe, like, follow, share. Once you get in there, you see Game Changer Sports Talk with yours truly, DeeTrynt. Make sure y'all do the same. Go check out the website, InDaStreetzSportz.com. Get the latest articles. If you got people's teams, anything in sports that you want to hear us talk about, or you want to come up and talk about and want us to do an itinerary for, hit us up, man. You can email us at InDaStreetzSportz@gmail.com or DeeTrynt@gmail.com. You can inbox us on any social platform that you follow us on, and we'll get to you and make something happen. It's been up here with Six Slim, bro.
I appreciate it. I sure appreciate it.
Hey, and we gonna come back with Deeper Than Bars. The link is already in the chat for this stream, so you can hit Deeper Than Bars. It'll take you over there. Subscribe, like, share. Again, it's on every platform as well, just like Game Changer Sports Talk. But we gonna get into it, man. It was a pleasure, y'all. Go Browns. Go Cleveland Sports.
Sir.
Come back and do a review of the summer league game today for the Cavs. I'll be able to watch later on. I get some schoolwork done. So, yeah, we'll get to it, man. We'll holler at y'all one. Easy.